Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Izzuddin bin Ibrahim. So I will presenting about the design development of my rehabilitation center for the sea turtles. I will start with the proposed site of the project. My site is Site C that located at Pantai Ceruk Paluh, Kampung Hijrah, Kuantan Pahang. The area of the site within the boundary is 4,000 square meter with the dimension of 50 meter length and 80 meter width. The distance of the main access to the proposed site, which is from the Innocent, is 780 meter, and the distance from the site to the sea is 60 meter. Next, we go to the site synthesis. First is rotate the building facing toward the wind direction that come from the northeast of the site in order to maximize the airflow into the building and allow the cross ventilation process. Second is use the slanted wall and extended roof as shading device. Third, apply deep foundation system, specifically the friction piling, due to the poor soil condition at the coastal area. Fourth, propose proper pathway or road to the site. Fifth, locate the building further from the sea and sandy area. And last but not least, use the pitch and monopitch roof to adapt with the wind flow at the site. Next, moving on to the precedent study. So I have studied 3 buildings with the same typology, which are National Marine Life Center, Mount Repos Turtle Center, and the Turtle Hospital. The synthesis that I get is about the building program, structure system, and also the material. For the building program, the space are divided into 3 main categories, which are public, semi, and also private. In floor planning, the circulation is from public to semi to private spaces, and in vertical planning, the ground floor is for public and semi, and the first floor is for private space. The second synthesis is about the structural system. Based on the precedent study, the most suitable structural system to be applied at coastal area is post and beam system. It is because it is strong structural system and we are able to design the interior freely as the internal walls are not the load-bearing wall. The last synthesis is about the material. The suitable material to be applied are concrete, timber, and also glass. This is because they can withstand corrosive air at the coastal area, have longer lifespan, and also natural friendly. Next, we go to the case study synthesis. First is regarding to the turtle treatment tank. The tank size depends on the shell length and the quantity of the turtles. The proper length for the tank is 5 times length of the shell, and the water depth should be as high as length of 2 shell. For the tank material, it is good to use fiberglass type as it is more durable, non-corrosive, easily clean, and convenient for filtration system. And also provide enough opening for proper lighting to the treatment tank. And as for the location of the turtle treatment tank, it should be isolated and far from crowded space to give more privacy to the turtles. The second case study is about the building material, which are use the concrete and timber material for the building. Concrete is the most durable, strong, and cost-efficient material, and timber is good for aesthetic beauty for the building. The last case study is about the foundation. The application of friction piling is recommended as it is suitable with the poor soil condition at coastal area. The friction piling should be made of concrete to withstand more heavy load and also to avoid the corrosion. Next, moving on to the concept of my building. I use the concept of angularity to be applied at my building. This concept was inspired by the angular pattern that can be seen at the turtle shell. The turtle shell symbolizes the protection and the strength for the turtle itself. So the first step is I began the design with 2 axes, which are the circulation axis and 360-degree view axis. The second step is I make 3 programs around the axis, which are public, semi, and private space. Third, I separate the public space with the semi and private space for the privacy purpose. The public space then become the hierarchy as it consumes more space in there. The fourth step is I divide the public space into 3 parts and make the middle part as the entrance for the building. The fifth step is I turn this public, semi and private into angular shape and make some addition and subtraction responding to the wind flow and sunlight direction. And at the last stage, I get the angular form of the building and make some refinement to the circulation pattern in which I make it as linear angular circulation. So this is the concept model of my building. Moving on to the schedule of accommodation and zoning, here is the relationship matrix diagram that shows the spatial relationship between the each space. As stated before, there are 3 main categories of spaces that are used in the preceding study, which are the public, semi and private, in which I will also apply it in my building. The public space will consist of lobby, exhibition area, lecture room, cafe, musola and toilet. The targeted user of this public space will be the public user, student, lecturer and also the staff. Meanwhile, for the semi-private space, it consists of turtle treatment tank and hatchery area, in which the main user are the staff and also the turtles. Public user, student and lecturer can have a visit when they get the permission from the staff. And the last is the private space that include office, storage, service room and also laboratory. The main user are the staff and also the technician. After knowing the privacy of each space, I start to make the bubble diagram for the ground floor to show the relation and circulation of each space. And after that, I turn it into the schematic drawing. The red line indicate the main circulation, meanwhile the blue line indicate the secondary circulation. Basically, all the public space are located near the entrance, meanwhile the semi and private space located far from the entrance and crowded space. And for the first floor, it only consists of 2 spaces, which are the office and library, that can be only used by the staff. This is the elevation of the building that show the use of the slanted wall and also the pitch and monopitch roof. Here is the section cut of the building showing the step ventilation process happen in the building. For the technical development and structural consideration, this building used the concrete post and beam structure. The floor plan diagram shows the position of the column that are based on the grid. Here is sketches of exterior view of the building and view towards the entrance and lobby. Last but not least, this is the messy model of my building that based on the concept of angularity.